Hi guys, this is Molly, and this is a frequently asked question that I get regarding my velocity banking strategy to paying off my debt quickly. The question is, how do you take the cash flow from one credit card and apply it to another credit card if you can't pay a credit card with a credit card? Okay, so this is what I do, you guys. I identify the bills that can be paid with a credit card and will meet or exceed a credit card's minimum payment. Okay, so I have, for example, medical bills one, two, and three, and life insurance. Those four bills come to a total of $198. And then I have a credit card payment that's due of $186. Okay, so the old way of doing it was I would be paying for those four individual bills for the $198 coming out of my checking account. And then coming out of my checking account is a payment for the 186. So I've been paying both sets of bills and losing money, not making a dent in my debt whatsoever. Okay, so here's the new way of thinking. We are going to find a bill or multiple bills that meet or exceed a credit card's minimum payment. So we've got that here. We've got $198 in bills and we have $186 in a credit card payment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make the credit card payment on time and for the exact amount of those total individual bills. So the $198. And when I say I'm going to make that credit card payment on time, I don't mean on the 28th, like what the card says it's due. I mean when that first medical bill is due, and let's say it's due on the 20th and all the rest of them are like the 20th, the 25th, the 27th, the 28th, or whatever. I'm going to make the credit card payment on the 20th. It could be the 19th, but just, for example purposes, let's say it's the 20th. I'm going to make the credit card payment when that first individual bill is due. I make the credit card payment for the total amount of those individual bills. So I'm not making a payment for 186, I'm making a payment for 198. Okay, so the credit card payment is made, right? They don't care if I make the $186 or if I make $198, as long as I make the minimum payment on my credit card. That's all the credit card company cares about. So I have, in this one move, I have satisfied both the credit card payment and I have prepaid for the $198 in bills that I'm about to put right back on that card. Okay. And then I go around and when these bills are due, the medical bills, the life insurance, I'm paying the bills as normal, but instead of paying it with my debit card, having it drawn, auto draft or whatever out of my checking account, I'm paying for it with the credit card that I just already paid down to accommodate these. Okay. So what that does is satisfies the credit card payment minimum due and allows me to prepay the credit card, so it's not really moving. The balance is not really moving. I'm paying it down, I'm putting it right back on there. Okay. And that frees up that $186 that I was going to have to come out of pocket for the credit card. Now, what I had been doing, let me just say this. What I had been doing, I was freaked out about the interest accumulating on the card, which I know a lot of people are because I see it in Christy Van's videos. She doesn't have like a whole lot of interest in the interest, so to speak, because she knows, which I didn't know at first, and I just had an epiphany yesterday, is that when you are throwing your money towards your primary card that has the highest interest rate and the highest payment, these other little cards aren't as significant, right? I mean, 24.74% interest is still a lot of interest, but my primary card is currently at 32% interest. So even though there's $114 in interest accumulating on this card, my primary card is $125 in interest. So it would seem to make sense that I would want to get rid of that card first, knock that one out of the way, and then I can move the next highest interest card or highest payment, whatever the case may be, into that position as my primary card. So I still have the 186 and I still have $198, a total of $384. But now I'm able to channel the money because when I was paying the two bills And I say two, it's like that group of the four and then the credit card. When I was paying these as I was prior to Velocity Banking, I wasn't making a dent in my debt. But this way, I have freed up that $186 as cash flow, okay? Because I no longer have to use that money to make a payment on that particular card because I used the $198 I was going to pay on those bills anyway, put that on the card, bring the balance down, and then turn around and put those bills right back on there. And yes, there is interest. It's $114. But again, if I'm smart about this, I will take that $186 for that credit card payment and direct it to my primary card, the one that has much higher interest each month, and knock that one down just as fast as possible. And again, this epiphany just occurred last night because I had been doing in all my other videos, you see that I've got the like, say I have the four individual bills of the 198, and then I was tacking on the 114 because I wasn't wanting that card to accumulate interest. But then I was like, wait a second, my primary card, the interest is 125. So why not just go ahead and knock that one out? So from now on, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be matching the bills to meet or exceed that credit card payment, and I'm not going to worry about the interest on it. I'm going to just take that entire payment that I would have put on that credit card and direct it to my primary Velocity Banking card so I can knock that one down even faster than I've been doing, which has been like crazy fast already. But now, with all these different cards that I have, and there are 7 total, instead of paying the interest on those individual little cards, I'm just going to throw it all at Velocity Banking. So this is the beautiful thing about the cash flow. So you have right then instantly $186 that you can apply towards your primary Velocity Banking card, or you could apply it towards another credit card if you don't have any bills, that will match that minimum payment. That's another option. Or let's say if you're like in our situation and your income is varied and one week you don't make enough where you can pay both those individual bills and a credit card. Now you've got the flexibility where you can say, okay, guess what? The credit card is paid. These bills are paid. We have $186 of breathing room. And that's what we're talking about when we're saying we're using the cash flow from one credit card and using it on another credit card. Okay. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, post below and I'll see if I can address it another way. And if you understand what I'm talking about, but you have a better way to say it, please post below so that others can learn. All right. Thanks so much.